Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to learn how to draft a corset. This is a quick tutorial for beginners. So let's get right into it. So what I'm starting out here with is measuring out my nipple to nipple measurements from my bust line downward. So because I have my basic bodice pattern, all I'm just going in to do is the dart first. So once I get that dart, like I've said, is your nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. So what I'm doing is the side facing my armhole. I think that's the best way to explain it. I'm going out with about 1.5 inches, and so I'm going up from there from my under bust to my full length. So I am not measuring that on the bust line. I am marking it from my under bust line to my full length line, and then the side facing the neckline I am going out by 1/2 inch. So that other side, I'm marking the side facing the armhole is 1.5 inches, and the side facing the inward side, which is the neckline side, I'm going out by 0.5 inches. So I make a curve from both line on the underbust. So the slimmer dart and the slimmer side and the fatter side, I'm going in with my curve. You can use your free hand. So I'm covering it from the underbust into the bust line. So I'm making a curve inside, and that's how we get our initial dots. So what I'm doing here is connecting the dart from the line from the bust line, the nipple to nipple measurement line that I dotted out, into the middle of my shoulder. Then we are going to take another dart. Now this dart is highly important for a corset because this dart is what we would use to snatch our waist. That's why a corset has a tighter waist. It takes inches off your waist. So that waistline is super important, as that's where you would mark your dart out. Now because you don't want to take too much inches off your waist, let's say about 2 inches. Remember, we are marking on fold. We are drafting all this on fold. So on that waistline, you divide the other side into 2, and you mark out 0.25 inches from your waistline on that line you're drawing. So from the previous dart we drew before to the edge of the line, you mark the middle of that line, and on that waistline of that long line you've drawn, you would mark 0.25. So you take a dart of 0.25 on each side of the dart. Do not forget we are taking the dart on the waistline. So 0.25 inches will be taken out from both parts of that dart on the waistline. So the next thing we are doing is drafting out our side dart, and that is your shoulder to waist measurement in front minus your shoulder to waist measurement at the back, and that is taking out the difference because your front you have your bust and your back you don't have your bust. And so by doing that and taking that out, you're able to have equal measurement at the side for the front and at the back. So one part is no longer than the other. And so what I'm doing from my chest line is marking out my body measurement divided by 4 plus my sewing allowances. And do not forget that the initial dart we took before taking the waist tightening darts will be included in the body measurements that we are going to add on each line, because that dart is just to give us the bustier effect. So you need that, but the other dart we drew, which is the waist tightening dart, will not be added back. It's only the initial dart we'll add back. And so what I did up there was to take out a bust tightening dart on the chest line. So from the bust line to our shoulder, so we'll take out 0.5 inches from both sides, and we will then include it back into the measurement on the chest line. Do not forget. And as I've said earlier, I'm just marking out each body measurement, like the waist, the hip, divided by 4, and including the initial dart we drew before plus our sewing allowances, so that way it fits into our body. If you do not include the darts or your sewing allowances, it won't fit. So I really appreciate you for watching. This is just the front pattern, but I hope you get it. Thank you so very much.